What's up, Gabriel?
Josh, how you doing?
Hey, man, it's Aloha Tuesday.
It's I love the Hawaiian shirt. Next
Yes.
next time we're gonna match. I got a closet full of them, so I'm ready.
Oh, well, I will make sure to let you know ahead of time.
All right, we'll do it.
Hey, I want to talk about something that is always interesting in the software world because you and I offline started this conversation. You made a statement that is the bane of a software organization's existence, and it's also the power of it, which is, you said the statement, we agreed to customize. A client comes to us and they go, I want X, Y, or Z. And we're going, well, that's not on our roadmap. We don't know we haven't heard a lot of use cases for it yet. And sometimes, depending on who the client is and how, let's be honest, like what the contract, ability is, we agree to customize. We do it. And then we go, oh my gosh, we understand even more now why they wanted that, and look at all these use cases. And so there's times where I know as a CEO, we've agreed to customize and went, oh, that didn't help anybody. That wasn't even, we even let the client dictate terms. And of course, we all have our skills, right? And then a lot of times I personally am not a UI UX guy, but sometimes we agree to customize and it becomes incredibly powerful and wonderful and allows many other clients to use. That's what we want to talk about this today, when we agree to customize, and now there's great value to a lot of our clients.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Let me, and it's funny. I mean, I could go off on a couple of examples of this where there was something where a client asked for something. I'm like, what? I've never heard of that. No one wants that. That's so random. And then we build it. And as soon as we build it, like 5 other clients are like, you guys have that now? That's fantastic. I'm like,
yep.
Why is this the first time I'm hearing this? So it's one of those super interesting things in product where, like, you think you really try to empathize, you really try to walk in your client's shoes and understand what they need, and you don't always get it. And sometimes you miss it. So I'll admit,
but it's nice when it's great. What do they say in the A team? I love it when a plan comes together. So this one came together, and talk to us about the plan that came together.
Yeah, so within the kind of medical, scientific, any kind of this educational type thing, one of the things that's really common is to have these poster presenters. And this is where people are presenting abstracts, research posters. Used to be, I remember the first time I saw this back in my association days, where I went to a convention in Las Vegas, and there was a giant, probably 40,000 square feet of these posters hanging from hanging down, they're almost as far as the eye could see. And it's people relatively earlier in their career creating research, really important stuff. And they've got an actual poster board, like a 2x3 poster board. That's how they're presenting their stuff. So now that's virtual. That's great. But now the thing with that is you've got like sometimes anywhere between 500 to sometimes people have 2,000 poster presenters. And for a small team that's working at an association to try to collect that information from, say, 2,000 people, that's a lot of work. Just the scale of that is crazy, right? So if you say, hey, everybody send me your video and your PDF via Dropbox, and we'll do all this work to try to collect and organize that, it just doesn't scale well.
Yep.
So one of the things that our customers have asked us for is we need an interface, a portal that we can set up the approved posters and get the poster presenters to log in there and add their bio, add their description, add their PDF, and add their video. And they can do all that very self-service, because we just don't have the staff to support that in the way that we do for, say, our 200, scheduled speakers.
Yep.
So one of the things that we built really cool is that we can set up all of those posters. We can invite the speakers, and what the flow that happens is an email is going to get sent to those presenters. There's a deep magic link. We've talked about that before. I'm super stoked for that magic link. So I click on a link, and without even having to log in, don't need a username and password, click on that link for my email, and I go straight to the edit mode of my poster session. And from there, I can put in all the description, I can upload stuff, PDF, all those other things, hit save. And now then there still might be an approval process that that our client does to say, is this ready to show? But basically they've outsourced all of that work of collecting that information to the poster presenter. And it's a great way to scale to get 500 to 2,000, users worth of data without them having to collect all of that themselves individually.
Do you know what I love about, I remember the first time I saw a one of these things, because, you know, I haven't been in the association society world my whole career. I was at one in Philadelphia and I went through one and I was like, what is this? You know, and it's just row and row and row and row and row. And I walked through, of course, didn't understand any of it. But sometimes there's technology software that's developed that was kind of developed for pandemic that you go, this is how it should have been all the time. I should be able to, you know, smartly work through this, pull things up, look at more posters, whether I'm in the poster hall or not. And I think this is one of those features that you're like, regardless of pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, virtual, hybrid, on-site, this is an incredible value proposition to your end user, regardless of your location, because you can sit there and source, find, engage. Your presenters can change in real time. There's so much dynamic that can happen there, whereas it's a static discovery and interaction in the physical. You can still have it in the physical, but I just think this is one of those tools that crosses the divide of virtual, hybrid, whatever.
Yep, totally agree. Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. Like, as a technologist, there's actually been a lot of positive for me and my ilk in the pandemic about how that drove things forward. Sure. And I think this is absolutely one of them. I mean, I remember, gosh, it's been 10 years ago when I first got introduced to this whole concept, and I was like, clearly there has to be a better way. Right. And I think I'll tell you right now, all we're doing right now is baby steps. I mean, I think there's some, you know, I know this forum that we have right here is to talk about features we're releasing, but just as a little sneak peek, I mean, there's some ideas that we have on the product team and in engineering where we're like, there's more to do here. We can make this cooler. So this is not the end of this. This is a step on the pathway to that. But I think this is absolutely one of those things that there's a lot of room for technology to really advance this. And I'm pretty stoked and excited about that.
Well, and look, at the end of the day, all of our core objectives is to create more education, create more interactivity, create more advancement. That's the whole notion. So the more ways we can get people educating and interacting, the more advancement we're going to get in whatever mission is that's driving us. So I love this. I love that we agreed to custom work. And now it's a central piece that many of our clients are utilizing. That's when a plan comes together.